Not all of them.
Whenever you're ready, Captain, we are live.
Captain's log, stardate 8285.7. The Argo is taking aboard our final supplies and newly assigned crew. This latter category includes Dr. Thylek Chizonen and Lieutenant Dasha Ann Dye, respectively my new Chief Medical Officer and Tactical Officer. So far as I'm aware, I have never met either of them before, yet I had the strangest sense of deja vu when I welcomed them aboard a couple of days ago, almost as if I had done the exact same things before. Clearly, either I overindulged in last night's bon voyage dinner, or the sheer amount of paperwork required to get a modern starship ready to leave port is finally getting to me. Still, accompanying the weirdness was a sense of confidence in both officers, and Dye certainly proved her to be resourceful and extremely competent during our strange adventure on Triple Prime, so perhaps this bodes well, even if one of Dr. Azonen's first duties will be spaying Wolfgang's newly acquired Triple companion. In any event, the Argo will be leaving Space Dock 1 shortly, but our journey to the Trill sector will be somewhat delayed. Starfleet Command has ordered us to proceed to Pi Ursae Majoris, a young G-type star system. Planetary survey teams have discovered life on one of the moons orbiting a gas giant planet in the system. What has both Starfleet and the Federation's expert baffled, however, is exactly how life could have evolved on the moon, since the conditions there are generally inhospitable to its development. Therefore, the Argo has been tasked with investigating the situation and determining, if we can, just how life has managed to appear where there should only be Aldrin's magnificent desolation. At Warp 9, it'll take us about 16 and a half days to reach our destination, although I fully expect Sonadel and Martel will manage to shave that down somewhat, which should give Wolfgang and his science teams plenty of time to go over the survey data and come up with some avenues of investigation. As for myself, I admit to being excited to be underway. This kind of mission, new life where we least expect it, and the opportunity to be among the first to study it, is one of the reasons I joined Starfleet in the first place. End log.
Did you hear that? That was a freaking captain.
I mean, yeah. I don't know.
Good stuff, man.
All right.
Huh.
So, we start our scene off. Believe while you guys are currently underway, fully stocked and supplied for whatever needs that may come up. This is a perfect opportunity for you guys to have a bit of roleplay before you arrive in the system.
So how far out are we? Have we just left Space Dock, or are we...
Probably midway.
Okay.
Oh,
So, Commander Wolf von Wartburg, what have you learned from the survey data?
Still going over a lot of it. I have a science team looking at the data, and I'll have a full report before we get there. But preliminary, life shouldn't be there, but it is. It doesn't make I'll take a fair amount of combing over the data to see if there's anything that was missed, but it may require the more advanced sensors or just the away team to get anything more conclusive than what's already been discussed by Starfleet Science.
Well, in between your, when you get a chance, see if Starfleet's databases have been updated with information from Trill now that they've joined the Federation. We're still heading that way after we see if we can figure out what's going on in Psi Ursae Majoris. And any kind of head start on what we might face in that sector would be most welcome.
Once I have a free moment, I'll give contact to them and see what they know. They might have. I agree with you. It's entirely possible they have data or have had contact with a species that has data on the planet. Have you heard any rumors about this back in among the captains? Anyone else gone out that way?
Nope. As far as we know, this is an unexplored system. Like I say, planetary survey was first on the scene. So we don't know what we're going to expect. And in fact, from skimming the reports, I didn't see any indications of what type of life they found. So who knows? Number one, we may be heading into a first contact situation.
Or we may be looking at fungus, sir. Over.
Also true. The information we got from Starfleet Command was not terribly forthcoming. So we'll be relying a lot on ship sensors and your teams, Commander, to figure out what's been going on.
I think I'm getting some reports from the science department now. I'm gonna give it a look over, and I'll let you know, sir.
Very good. I'll get out of your hair. Carry on.
Aye, sir.
Coffee, sir? She says. She looks over the captain.
Always.
She says, how do you take your coffee? She gets up to go to find whatever.
Somebody's vying for yeoman.
Black as space and strong enough to float a bullet. And thanks, Daae.
Sure, it's nice to stretch my legs. Anyone else want anything?
No,
Anyone?
any more caffeine and I may vibrate through the ship's hull.
Well, we don't want that. Her eyes kind of zip to the side as she thinks for a second about the vibrating line, and then she kind of walks out.
What? Sonadell is addicted to caffeine. There's not a problem with that. Hey, you stare at the same panel for 8 hours a day or more.
I do. It's called being a good officer.
At least you got something to stare at.
Okay, I admit, I do get up from my chairs from time to time to look at a different panel.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Sure you can. Fly from the pad. I'm sure that's not against regulation. It's against regulation. Please don't do that.
I could, Commander.
Commander,
Aye.
do we have any more news on the world that we're visiting?
Say again, sorry?
Do we have any more information on the world that this life form is being found on?
Yes, actually, I just got a report from down in science. I'll patch in the data into your library.
Okay, thank you.
And I have I had a follow-up a study done that's bearing some fruit. I'm not entirely sure what it is I'm looking at, but if you have any insights, feel free to pass it along to me, and I'll translate it to science. Or if you want to do your own research. Oh, by the way, have you had any chance to start on that research I asked you about?
The research, sir?
Yeah, I was hoping you were going to be able to. The one about we're going to look into how sonics work among the crew, see how that interacts. You didn't get the paperwork, did you?
No, sir. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Oh, it's not you. Someone in my department screwed up. I'll send you I'll send you the paper after this. Don't want to distract you from your actual duties.
Okay.
Dang it.
Is it okay if I stay on the bridge, Captain?
Sir, Doctor, you're always more than welcome.
I don't know. We don't seem to have enough chairs up here. Hey, I'm not complaining about chairs. I'm just saying they give us a lot of chairs. Remember old chips? You had like what, 3 chairs? Everyone else had to stand.
I'm sure the doctor won't mind riding in the rumble seat if necessary, except.
She says you can't stand for a little time, Commander. She looks over.
I've had more than enough time away from desk work. I'm perfectly happy to have a desk.
Makes me recall security duty, she says, in Starfleet Academy. Standing there all night waiting for the cadets to come back from their nights out. Here you go,
Haggard.
Captain.
Haggard takes the coffee.
It's
Much appreciated.
Barrington coffee. She says number 25.
Excellent. That hits the spot.
Surprised you're changing brands, sir.
Well, we have several really nice blends aboard the ship, beyond my personal stash, as it were.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry, sir. She says, did you have a preferred coffee? She says. I just tried to get imaginative.
No, this is excellent. No, I have my my own blend. It's a mix of Jamaica Blue Mountain and St. Helena coffees.
I believe this is Ethiopian. Guatemalan, she says. It's from Earth.
Very robust.
I've heard some people say Rigel 7 has the best coffee, but I don't know. I haven't tried it yet.
Well,
Did I say that right? Guatemalan, she says.
Yes. Used to be a small nation on the Latin American section between North and South American continents on Earth. And I've heard the Rigel coffee is good, number one, but I don't know, maybe just having grown up on it, something about the taste of Earth. I have yet to find a coffee from any other planet that tastes quite the same. Although, for all of their faults, I will say, the Klingons know how to make a good cup of coffee. If you ever have a chance to try Raktajino.
No, I have. No, sir. I will never drink that stuff again.
Yeah, Sonadel is like, yeah, that I drank one of those and took the Kobayashi Maru 3 times in a row in a single night. So,
Oh, they make the flight department do that now. Oh, neat.
I volunteered.
Oh,
I
I'm
thought
sorry.
I could outfly the Klingon.
Well, let's not talk too much about the Kobayashi Maru. Some memories are best left at Starfleet Academy.
rough test,
well.
sir?
When isn't it?
Mine was pretty easy. We just turned around.
Turned around, she says.
Yep.
Well, we were faced with violating treaty or turning around and returning and reporting what we found. That was considered a valid answer. Wasn't exactly getting us any. It wasn't getting us on the honor roll, but it got us through.
Well, there are no good choices.
True.
I
Wait,
managed
she
to
says, you
last
took the
whole night.
Kobayashi Maru and you turned around, she says.
Yeah.
Okay, shook down.
Well,
It's a
I wasn't the
valid
captain of
option.
it. I was the psi officer for it back then.
Hmm.
I will admit I did make the suggestion. The captain went with the go-ahead on it. Everyone thought it was crazy. No, we need to stay here, but
It's a unique answer, she says, to the test. I've never heard anyone say that before. She says that's probably a...
that's what the Academy counselor said to me afterward. Funny.
Well,
counselor
honestly,
looks over and smells.
it's not too different from what actually happened in the Kobayashi Maru situation back in the 22nd century. Except, whereas today we use Klingons, in the actual case it was Romulans in an NX class commanded by the original Enterprise, commanded by Jonathan Archer. He was overwhelmed, and at that time the Romulans were able to hack into our system somehow. So it was either let Earth's most advanced starship fall into enemy hands, or abandon the Kobayashi Maru and its crew to the tender mercies of the Romulans. A true no-win situation. Archer decided to prevent the enemy from getting its hands on the NX class.
Wow.
And left the Kobayashi Maru to its face. I understood the decision haunted him for the rest of his life.
We might get to make this similar decision, seeing that we're in one of the, or the most advanced ship.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's hope not.
And let's hope I can outfly him this time.
Well, and to be fair, even Earth's most advanced ship at the time was not exactly built to stand up to multiple Romulan warbirds, even older models, as it were.
Yeah.
This is a good ship, but then again, in a couple of years, it'll get changed to something else, and probably won't even last for like what, 20 years.
Well, according to Martell,
I can guarantee that.
Go ahead, Sonadel.
Oh no, I was going to say, as long as I'm on it, it will be the fastest ship in the fleet. I can promise you.
Seems
that.
like nothing could replace this ship. This is an amazing ship.
According to Martell and the Yard Dogs, one of the benefits of the Excelsior's design is kind of modular construction that should allow fast and relatively easy upgrades of even major systems for decades to come. She's a class built to last, despite the troubles that the Excelsior herself had.
Much like her crew.
Well, let me take the lead out.
I never thought they were ever going to replace the Constitution, though. They kept that thing flying and refitting it.
That was a hell of a ship.
Still is.
Revolutionized starship design. I mean, can you imagine? Well, I guess we don't have to imagine. We are pretty much the equivalent of being the bridge crew of Connie in whatever Stardate 2243 would have been.
Yeah.
So, Commander, any information from the files yet?
Still trying to make some determinations. I've passed on some of it to the doctor's computer. There you go.
Daye,
Yes,
see,
sir.
you can access Starfleet Command's databases and see if the Trill government has updated, uploaded their information on the Trill sector. If so, dig into it and let me have and start preparing a preliminary tactical briefing for when we head that way.
Captain, you might want to belay that. I already looked into it.
Oh, of course.
While I was reading through it. No one else seems to have any information about this. Whether our allies or other species that are friendly with us. As far as most information saying life wasn't there as far as anyone's concerned. That's why no one really bothered colonizing it.
So have there been previous surveys that showed no life there where there's life now?
Yes, there's been various other scans. Even the scan that we have is a deep space scan. It wasn't the planetary detail that didn't actually go to orbit. They just happened to see it. And as part of their normal scans of the area, they found a planet that suddenly had life forms that are possibly advanced carbon-based life forms.
Huh. So but maybe looking at close contacts.
Because of the distance, though, it's made it difficult for... That's why they're sending us, honestly. We need a full planetary survey and mapping to get a real idea of what we're looking at. It could be something as simple as a land-based lizard, an amphibian. It could be something as advanced as a humanoid civilization. But there's just too little information to go on. I do
Fair
have
enough.
the full write-up on the system, but it's not impossible for something like this to happen. Stranger things have happened, but this is odd for life to just appear like that suddenly.
Well, there must be some sort of thought of danger. She says, are they sending us instead of like an Oberth science vessel, sir?
Well, and judging by the distance, we're also probably the quickest to get there. But
Right.
we're always good to have a little extra capability when necessary.
Right,
But
sir, my mistake.
oh, you're fine. But yeah, well done, XO. But I still want you to see about the Trill sector of space, where will be our ultimate patrol destination. See if the Trill have shared their databases with Starfleet yet. And if so, update our databases and see what you see. Once we are finished with the current mission, I'll want you, Commander von Wartburg, and Sonadel to present preliminary reports on security and on the security situation in that quadrant or that sector. I look at DIE. Any navigational hazards or information we need, I look at Sonadel, and a general astropolitical situation report. If they've been updated. If not, our first stop may be Trill to get updated ourselves.
Yes, sir.
How long do I have,
Right
sir?
on that.
Well, I don't know. We're open-ended on this current mission, but I just want us to be as prepared as possible when we hit the Trill sector of space.
I'll make it a priority.
I assume reason con for me. To do what he asked.
There's really no role for it, but you're pretty
At
much
this
about
moment,
8
I'm
days
just
out.
trying to work out what's the most likely form of this life. Like a single cell organism could sprout up that quickly. Doesn't necessarily have to be that big to be picked up. Life from another planet. Is there any bigger systems nearby that could be just there searching? Amanda?
GM, that's a good question. Is there any nearby civilized or starfaring civilizations that could have possibly seeded that planet?
That's a good question, but the answer is
Lack of data.
part of it's lack of data, but where
Or
it's
then
actually
it could have
located
been
at.
even something like an asteroid that was protecting a single cell, something that hit. Until we get closer, I don't think we're going to have more results.
Yeah, that's my thought as well.
That's the system right there.
And this is unexplored territory as far as we're concerned in the current timeline. So we don't know
it's actually
no?
not. This area is not unexplored. So it actually has been explored. It has been documented in the past, but it is a relatively young star. The last survey team, for clarification, that went there to catalog everything, that it's a new system and is currently under development. Like the system was literally just formed right around 200 million years ago.
Yeah,
roughly.
Super new.
So yeah. So
there's
data I
Trillius
gave
Prime.
you-
Yeah, okay.
Trillius Prime is all the way over there. This
Yeah.
zone here, even though this is like the future map, is kind of the unexplored area part over here. This over here has been explored.
Okay.
All the way down to here has been explored. You guys
So we're
just,
familiar with
they've
the,
gone this way.
Are we familiar with this civilization?
No.
Because they're probably not
haven't
out this way
really-
yet.
They're not out that way just yet.
Yeah.
She says 20 light years from
That's-
home.
You're probably passing about right here. Is where you're at.
Right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, it's not far from the Arachnid Nebula, which, while we've probed into and explored somewhat, from what I understand, it's not the easiest place to maneuver a starship in. And I hold up my hand before Sonadel can say anything. That is, of course, if you don't have Sonadel at the helm.
So, for clarification, New France has already been established.
Yes.
Hmm.
If
So it's currently in the colony stage at this point in time.
Sonadel does seem like an exceptional pilot. Although most pilots' egos are quite big, and if we keep stroking it, she might not be able to fit on the bridge.
I think I've proven it many times. Just kind of says cockily,
Ah.
like really cocky.
I was zoomed in way far.
I know.
Almost
I
with
just got
hubris.
a face. Very humble about it.
Snappy. I'll cut you.
There's something funny, Commander.
Humble Sanadel. Sorry, those are contradiction in terms.
Are they? Are they really?
Yes, quite.
Well, Commander, we should probably just be glad she's on our side.
True that. True that, Captain.
I did hope you save your pet, Commander.
Thanks.
Oh yes,
Welcome.
I have to.
She is adorable, by the way.
Yes, Doctor, you do. If that has not happened
well-
already, that needs to happen. I will not have my
I
ship
was-
overrun by those things.
Okay. Can we wait until we have enough to make a triple coat or something?
No.
Okay.
If you wait that long, it will be overrun with things.
Besides, so I can finally take it out of its isolation chamber. It's been taken care of.
If you wish, I can go do it now.
You can send one of your staff to do it. That's the benefit of being a department head. You don't have to do all the work yourself.
Yeah, I suppose I could.
Unless you want
Great.
to.
Sit on the bridge with us all night. She says.
And what, and maim animals in my free time? I think that's. I think I'd get a name for myself.
Breed troubles.
So what are you
mean,
going to
we do
name it?
She is the queen.
Not sure yet. I wasn't sure if I was going to be considering keeping it as a pet, because it is somewhat self-aware and such, and it feels odd to name something that knows of itself and may and have some level of sapience.
Isn't it like naming a dog or a cat? She says.
Yeah, but if you're
Well,
naming something
or
that's
naming a
sapient,
child.
it's like naming a person, like a human or an Andorian or something. It's a little... It has different connotations that I'm not entirely sure I'm comfortable with.
Well, my mother and father gave me my name. She says, and I don't see that as oppressive.
I'm not exactly its father, though. I
But
just
you
have to
take
be
care
someone
of
it's
it.
attached to.
Well, in
You're
any
going to
event-
feed it and take care of it.
I just want to point out that Cyrano Jones, according to K7's latest updates, finished getting all the tribbles off of the station last year. So let's make sure that we don't face a similar situation.
I think you
Nope.
should name it Double.
And the Klingons at war with the Tribbles.
Yes. However, we were several of us were oh, I suppose you could say drafted to help the surviving tribbles find a new homeworld.
Okay, it just seems.
Captain
I've
Haggard,
seen it.
liberator of tribbles.
It just seems what, Doctor? Sorry?
It just seems like a foolhardy thing. You would expect the Klingons would be able to wipe them out, but yet they seem to have problems.
Oh, they were well on their way to achieving that goal, but the tribbles, for reasons known only to the entities involved, had some very unusual, very powerful help.
Hmm.
Entities who
And
knew the ins and outs of Iconian technology.
And a very masterful archer. Sonadel
That too.
says humbly.
Or two, as I recall.
Two. Good rock.
Don't worry, Captain. Some people are just more humble than others. That's all.
I
I'm
try.
just wondering.
You're breaking up there, Doc.
Have you failed anything?
You gotta reconnect. And you're gone.
And you're gone.
Like I said, she says, how about double? You can name a double. Or it double. Is it a female or a male? Or wait, they're asexual? Is this...
They're hermaphroditic. They I did a little reading after our experience, and Dr. Leonard McCoy of Kirk's Enterprise used the phrase that they're born pregnant, that all you have to do is feed them.
I like the name double. Trouble.
Good name. I believe it's for royal.
Turmoil.
We're told she was the queen. Sonadel just kind of smiles.
Well, if she was the queen, then she should be on display and she should be taken care of.
I recall her name identified to me as Alia. Memory serves, right? I just call her
there you
that
go.
since that's the name I'm aware of.
That's a pretty name.
Well, that must be her name then. There you go. See, you don't have to name her after all, Commander.
Leah is what I have. Elia. Elia.
You wrote it down, sir?
Eidetic memory.
Ah.
Leah, she says, or Leia?
Alia, I suppose, would be a better way of saying it, honestly.
Yeah,
Since the L would be
Elia.
before the E.
Elia,
Oh,
yeah.
E.
I forgot I'd written that report all that time ago. I wasn't even thinking about it.
I forget the reports I write too, Commander.
Aren't your reports having to do with navigation and awareness of astronomical hazards?
Yes. Yes.
Shouldn't you remember where those are?
I mean, theoretically, yes.
Lieutenant.
Well, Doc.
Yes, Commander. I do remember.
So, Doctor, are you wanting to perform the surgery on the tribble?
Oh, did he? I think his Discord's acting up again. It does this from time to time.
That's all
Speaking of Discords acting up.
I mean, it could wait.
Well, I don't know if his Discord's. Yeah, I think his Discord's still acting up.
So 20 years, 20 light years from Beta's Edge. This will be the closest that I've been home since I left.
Hmm.
I don't think I've ever been to the Delton homeworld.
I should like to visit Beta Z one day. I hear it's beautiful.
If you like arranged marriages, sir,
Hmm.
she looks down.
Well, every culture has its difficulties, I suppose one could say. But I do hope that although they're just sort of in the beginning stages, that eventually Beta Z will join the Federation.
I have to be honest, there's not much great conversation that happens on Beta's Edge. People seldom speak. They're opening up more, though. I'm finding conversation aboard this ship and with other species to be quite stimulating.
If I remember correctly, the on Beta Z, it's mainly telepathic communication only. They don't verbalize at all.
That's correct. She says, I'm an empath myself, but empaths can speak with other telepaths, so we don't really talk much. She says most of its communications happens through feelings and through telepathy also, but mostly feelings. You can say a lot without speaking through telepathy as well.
She's not wrong about that, actually.
It's been interesting, she says, being amongst Starfleet where everyone mostly, she says, communicates through verbal conversation. It's,
must be hard to keep a secret if you're able to access each other's feelings and thoughts.
My family is from the first house, she says, which is the House of Honesty. She says, and there are several houses. Honesty is a very big thing amongst my people and their culture. Secrets aren't kept. She says people are honest with each other. I must admit, it makes me nervous, just being around other species. She says, I've gotten used to it and open now. She's been in the beginning very nervous. I always used to think that people were thinking things about me.
I can kind of understand that. I mean, coming away from Earth, you're used to a bunch of people who don't war with each other, don't argue about a lot beyond who has the better food or the better monument or what have you. But then you go out into the wild stars and you run into people who are willing to shoot you or blow up your ship over petty things.
Well, take humans, for instance. Humans' feelings tend to be their own. Their emotions are wrapped up in whatever they're doing, whereas Betazoids tend to think about those around them empathetically and the feelings that we kind of exude, she says.
Humans do naturally tend toward a self-interest psychology. It's true. It's rare as a species, we tend not to be very aware of what's around us, or even our connection to the universe at large, which
for me made living on Earth so interesting, because you never know what somebody is going to feel.
This is true. This is most interesting.
So, yeah. I grew up in San Francisco, so...
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. San Francisco's a nice city, even though its bridge isn't nearly as nice as the forest in Germany.
I mean...
Or as big as the Humber
or the Bay
Bridge
of Fundy. I mean, that's nice too.
in England.
You're from Germany, she says.
No, I have roots from there.
My foster family, she says, is from Bavaria, she tells you.
Oh. Great place to be. Oh. No, my family's up from the Black Forest region, further north.
Trouble coat.
And no, it isn't actually black. I know that's in the name, but it's just trees.
But I can't hold it against humans. I mean, this is their nature. It's not like they're purposely trying to be more interested in other things besides those around them. It's just their feelings, she says, and they're not used to sharing their feelings in that way. Matter of fact, they're not empathetic, so she says...
Well, there's the rare case of them. I've heard there's been reports years back about what was it I heard in the conference? Psionics who are able to people with who are able to have not like real empathy like you have, but sort of was that the slightest sense. I think someone compared it to a person with full sight compared to someone who has a slight sliver of light through their eyelid. Very interesting way to put it, but I'm not sure how accurate that is because I've had a sonic experience, but I'm not myself sonically inclined. It's not something humans are good at. Like I think it's like 1 in a billion, 1 in a million and even then it's not nearly as advanced as say yourself or Sanadel.
Oh, so you mean like turning a water faucet on? Humans are almost closed. Myself and I'm guessing Dae are like it turned all the way on.
All the time. Actually, I feel everyone. And I feel everyone on the ship collectively.
It's like another sense. Yeah, it's being able to. For you, for us, it's like hearing or seeing, and you can just see our emotional state or feel it. I guess is a better way to put it.
So your inflections, she says. Humans are big on inflections when communicating. I noticed. It can be quite rewarding. She's being empathetic. She's just being able to share, not just in the fear of things, like a collected fear, she says, but also in the triumphs and the excitement. At parties, you can feel the excitement, the people there, the group happiness.
And yet I've often wondered if it was humanity's very lack of psionic or empathic abilities that in some way got us to the point where we finally learned to communicate well enough that we were able to play a significant role in making peace between the Vulcans and the Andorians and even the Tellarites, and indeed in finding the Federation. Although the great bird forbid anyone has to go through the things Earth did to get to that point.
I mean, from the way it sounds, it's just like, let's just say maybe humans at one point had that sense, and you lost that sense, another sense developed.
Some of the ancient texts talk about that, actually. Supposedly, it was something we had a long time ago.
Humans have a great ambition, and they're dedicated to their feelings and thoughts. So outgoing, so forward. It's really quite something. It makes me feel, Captain, like our race has been shuttered away, not communicating. I mean, we have lips, so they're not meant to be used, just to speak. My race has forgotten that, and I think the Federation will be a great thing for them if eventually they join.
And I think that Beta Z and your people could bring a tremendous amount to the Federation. I don't know. One thing humans have become good at is building diverse communities. And that's at least one thing we can be proud of.
I don't know about Sanadel, but I feel a bit like a maverick amongst my people. My family just definitely did not approve of me leaving.
Are you kidding me? My parents couldn't wait for me to leave. Said I was too high-strung. I don't know what they were talking about.
No, it
said I was too I always bouncing around like a spring.
Imagine
it's different. Different for a Delton, she says, than it is a Betazoid. So
I mean, well, when normally my people are kind of standoffish, but I grew up on Earth. She says, I grew up on Earth with humans. I don't really have that kind of restraint.
That reminds me. Oh, I'm sorry. You should know, Captain, that Sanadel and I, if with her permission, she says we can actually speak to each other telepathically. Empaths share the ability to communicate with each other. That might be useful, she says, in a combat situation or social situation.
Yes.
If she's willing, she says, Would you give me permission just to speak to you telepathically on occasion?
Why not?
I would actually recommend, if both of you are comfortable with it, to work on short security phrases you might want to use to telepathically signal each other. Back when I worked in intelligence, we had a few empaths where we kind of had, instead of teaching them hand signals or code phrases, they'd learn telepathic equivalents, shorthand that they could quickly tell each other information and reports very quickly. So that way they were, and without giving away the fact that they were concentrating on another conversation.
Sure, Commander, of course. She says if Sonadel is willing,
Yeah.
she says that would make a strategic advantage.
I mean, sure. Why not? I was going to test it out a second ago, but you beat me to it, so no.
She says in her head, she says, "You're not the only one who's fast."
And in your head, you say, "Quit sucking up to the captain." Your nose will turn brown.
Okay, cool. And she gives her a look like, huh?
You just get a smile from Sonadel.
She says, "Jealous in your head?"
No. That's all you get, is no.
She lets out a smile visually in front of everybody and kind of tends back to her reporting that she's working on.
That could be a useful skill later on.
Well,
Oh, goodness.
sorry. Didn't mute myself there. Well, carry on, everyone. I think it's time for me to stretch my legs a bit. Number one, you have the con.
Hooray.
Aye, sir.
And the captain will go for one of his walkabouts. Chat with the crew and see what's doing.
Quick, everybody can talk about him now.
That's exactly right.
Go ahead, talk about him. I won't report it.
In your brain, when he says that, you hear, "Your guy, man, what an ass," and then just a laugh from Sonadel.
Dasha says to Wolfgang, she says to Commander, the captain is quite experienced.
Yes, an old salt is the phrase that we would use on Earth.
How long have the two of you been working together?
Since my days in intelligence, so for a few years now. This is the first ship we've served together on, though.
Well, you served in intelligence.
Yep, I used to be a division head. Basically, think the equivalent of a captain, but instead of flying around a ship, you're sending people into random cities to get information. That's the short answer to that.
So, the equivalent of a captain, but not a captain, she smells.
Well, command staff. And he taps at the badge on his shoulder.
So, did you spy on people?
Yes, I spied on people. I still do, technically. Although, so do you, technically.
Technically. Well, I'm security officer. She says,
right, and intelligence is a division of security.
Yes, she says, I've always often wondered about it. She says, but my family, being of the first house, we
don't get a lot of Beta Z recruits when it comes to intelligence.
Honesty is a very big thing with us. It's very hard to even conceive of lying.
Stick around humans enough, you'll learn. You actually get that in your mind.
We're always. I find it hard to lie, tell you the truth.
Well, in this modern day, it's one of those things where it's supposedly we've gotten past all that. We don't need to hide in the shadows to get to communicate with each other. But you think
Honestly,
that we've gotten past all our old petty concerns. But at the end of the day, a secret kept today is a life saved tomorrow.
Truthfully, sometimes I tend to be too honest. I have to apologize in advance just to everyone. I can ramble about certain things. I am aware of how it looks, she says.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, think of it this way, though. You make a great security officer. You'd make a terrible intelligence officer, but a great security officer. Someone needs to be the cop with the bailiwick, walking about truncheon in hand, ready to keep the peace. It's just that some people are better at dealing with the shadows in between.
Some people are the good cop and some people are the bad cop. Is that the right analogy?
No, I really would not. I wouldn't. Some would say that. Some in intelligence do say that's what intelligence is. That they're the dirty hand that cleans up the messes. But honestly, we're just a pair of eyes and a notebook with phasers.
That's how you picture yourself?
Same coin. I've heard that one before.
What was that, Doctor?
Two sides of the same coin.
I would say that. I would agree with that analogy. We're the intelligences that arm that informs security of an issue, and best practice is you let security deal with it. Intelligence just finds out what's wrong and then alerts others about it. We won't necessarily tell you how we got that information, but we'll let you know the information. It's very weird because it's a thing that I have to be open with, all of you even here. In an intelligence wing, we wouldn't be this close with each other, like actually physically close to each other. We'd be on different decks or be in different planets and using code phrases and so on.
That isolation must become very hard.
It's not for everybody. It's really difficult because, if you screw up, that's someone's life. If I make the wrong call, the wrong code phrase, or what have you, that person can be picked up in a very, very uncomfortable position. Sometimes deadly. A lot of times deadly these days.
So you started out in intelligence and then to command.
I started in science, actually. I got recruited into it later due to a incident you may be aware of, but I won't brag.
Ooh, fame. She says to everybody. She says, now he has to say it.
The short answer is I had an encounter with an alien consciousness that expanded my vision to all things in the universe. I went on a speaking tour for like a year and was grilled by intelligence, Starfleet security, and medical for like another year. I was out of service for a while.
So you expanded your mind. Are you sure you just didn't eat mushrooms?
No, I met an alien who saw things in a way that it's hard to explain.
Was she a female alien, sir?
Androgynous. I'm not really entirely sure. Species. They're very secretive about themselves. Very open about the secrets of the universe and technology, but very private about themselves.
I bet, sir. Yeah, Starfleet wanted to put me in medicals. Can you believe that? Medical? Something called psychology, she says.
Yeah, they're really trying to expand that role.
Apparently there's this place where people go and they talk about their feelings. I don't know. I wanted to be in security, so I chose security.
They wanted to put you somewhere where you talk about your feelings. No, I can't see the fit for that. So they'll actually say it out loud.
Apparently there's a whole science dedicated to it about, I don't know, figuring out people's emotions and how to deal with them, she says, verbally. And it's interesting, she says, but it doesn't live up.
Sociology.
It doesn't live up to firing phasers, sir.
I'll give you that, yes. Firing a phaser's a bit more interesting than studying the inner workings of someone's mind.
They really don't put that in the brochure.
Why don't... So, like, they go to these people just to talk about how they feel. Why don't they just get drunk and tell a friend? That's what most people would do.
For some species, it doesn't. That can lead to a negative feedback loop where eventually they don't, instead of sharing their feelings, they disappear. They lose themselves in the numbing and depressive effects of various substances. Humans have a problem with addiction, for example.
Maybe since humans can't express themselves empathetically, they have to express themselves verbally, and that's how they release their feelings.
That is one school of study. I'm more of a observation and biometrics measurement school of thought. But then again, I'm not. I only took some of the courses back in the academy and kept up with it. But I haven't worked with dialectic research much. I mean, it's like except the problem. Well, I did, but I'm used to interrogating somebody, not asking how they're feeling today. You know.
Ozen, she says, so you started in medical?
I started in the sciences, but I took medical as my minor.
She looks at the commander. She looks back at Ozen.
Yes.
Fly shuttle blindfolded. I mean, it's not recommended.
Yes, to the chagrin of my family, I should say. I always wanted to help people. My mother was a nurse, and I just followed her.
Another maverick. Followed your mother. That's very sweet.
My Zavi's specialty.
I think my parents just wanted me out of the house.
I want you out of the house, but I'm stuck with you.
Well, who would fly your pretty ship, Commander?
I don't know, the computer. It can fly things, right?
I can
Not
fly
as well
pretty
as
good
I
too,
can.
sir. She looks over. I can fly pretty good too, sir.
Oh, someone's after your job, Lieutenant. Watch out.
Yeah, for a split second, Sonadel actually thinks of standing up and offering Daya the seat, but then no.
Well, she's thinking about it. She says out loud, I mean, I got a score of 11, she says, and 4 on my exam, she says.
Oh, you're a rating 4 pilot. Oh, that's interesting. Don't see a whole lot of that in security. Did you do fighter training, or did you just do starship training?
I could have been a pilot. Says I could have been a pilot. I've taken a shuttle for a ride here and there.
Oh, we all have to, really. First year flight. Ooh, yay. Try not to crash into these things.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of away missions where I can get to fly and Sonadel will have to take care of our big bad ship.
Or vice versa.
Right, Sonadel?
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Or I'll get to take care of the ship, she says. Perhaps if the commander thinks I'm worthy of this.
She handles pretty well. I've managed to pull a few tight turns in it. She just kind of starts looking at her console. And that's
She gets
it.
quiet and settles into her stew.
And on that note, we're going to fast forward time 8 days. We go to the next scene. So you go down 1 momentum. And you currently arrive just outside of the system. Due to the system still under semi-formation, it's going to be an increase of +1 difficulty and along with a complication increase as well.
To fly in it?
To fly through, yes. To fly in the system.
Okay.
Yes, you are on the long-range sensors pinpoint that you are just outside the system.
Recommend that we send a probe into the system first before we start and do a more detailed scan that way before we progress further. We need to maneuver quickly. I'd rather we know something's in there before we're slowed down.
Agreed. Make it so.
Sonadel, keep us just outside of the system, please. Day, if you could launch the probe at your leisure, I'll start scanning once it gets beyond the ship.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Standard survey pattern.
Readying the probe. Tactical systems, will that help me with shooting the probe? I figure it would.
Yeah, I think it's a tactical system.
There's actually no role for firing the probe.
Yay.
Oh, I thought it was like a fire torpedo. Okay, cool.
No. You just do
Damn,
it.
it's gonna look good doing it.
much like me hovering outside of the space. It's just something that happens.
Okay, just wanted to make myself look good. It's my 2 best stats.
Yeah. Part of the reason I asked your character to do it is just in case there was a roll. I'm like, I don't have no security roles here or no pilot roles. So I'm like, you know what? Let's give it to at least one of the one person who could probably deal with it who isn't the ship's pilot.
Yeah, control, security, yeah, I can shoot a probe. Pretty good.
Alright. So, Commander Wolfgang, give me a reason plus science, difficulty 2, system by the ship's sensors plus science.
Does the ship sensors, the advanced sensors, lower the difficulty there any?
I already accounted for that along with the
Okay.
probe as well. So, because the probe actually does lower the difficulty.
Okay.
Because normally the difficulty would be higher because we're scanning from such long range. The probe
Right.
turns it into an optimal range scan. That's why I love those things. So useful.
Yeah, they really are.
Can I get astronavigation as a focus here?
Yeah, that will work for this particular case.
Complication was...
There is no complication.
Oh, there's
for
no
that.
complication.
It's just for the flying portion because of
Right.
the...
And I'm going to check to see if theory into practice helps here. Oh, no. Theory into practice would only help if I was talking about the planet. I'm not. I'm scanning the system. Never mind. I'm going to spend 1 momentum for an extra die. Ooh, difficulty was 2 as well. Shoot. I'm gonna spend a value to re-roll. If I can. Hold on.
Do you have,
Oh,
do you have technical expertise?
I do not. I have testing a theory into practice, and this is a roll I haven't done before. Otherwise, I would have gotten a free d20 out of it. I'm great at stuff we've already figured out, not stuff we just encountered. Spinning toward the value, knowledge preserves us from the ignorant.
Sure.
Okay. Rerolling my 2 fails. I don't think I can reroll the ship. With
No.
that. I didn't think so either. Whoops. Yeah, no, 2. I was right.
Well, just got
Goodness.
it.
That was close. Getting sensor data now from the probe. Moon is equivalent to a Class M planet, 0.8 size of the Earth, so that relates to our earlier data. Moon seems to have several complex plant and animal life on it, but it doesn't really add up with the system it's in. It's developed faster than anything we've ever seen before. It shouldn't be this developed along given the age of the system. There is a lot of EM interference around the gas giant and the star, so that's what's garbling the scans and what's going to garble our nav sensors for that matter. The gas giant does have a ring around it in which the moon almost kind of resides in. It's amazing that it hasn't been damaged further by the debris in the ring.
So what was the time span between the last probe that showed no life and the first probe that showed life in this system, Commander?
GM? Is that my free question?
I'll just give it to you from the
Okay.
earlier stuff. So
I thought so too. I was like, oh shoot. It's about 6-month difference. So that makes it even stranger, like for this amount of life to develop within that span. Life like this develops in the span of millions, thousands of years minimum. Not without, except for in the case of like terraforming or something like that. Anyway.
Pull up the data on the Genesis device and see if there's any kind of equivalent waveform or radiation. It's the only thing I know of that could have things developing that quickly.
There is not, sir. For my PSYOP question, GM, I'm thinking, and someone can stop me if it's a bad question, but I'm wondering if the EM interference of the gas giant in the star is a natural occurrence or an artificially induced one. I hear no objections. I'll go with that question.
It's a good one.
My character would know about the Genesis program, right? Or no?
Everybody knows about the Genesis program now. We just have access. Starfleet, we have access to the data because it's a big public embarrassment currently.
Yeah.
Cool. Figured as much.
It's fresh in the public consciousness.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, well, there's my suspicion gone. The gas giant seems to act as a sort of protective shield from stellar objects that would crash into it otherwise. Like if the moon was by itself, it'd probably be hit a lot more and be devastated, but the gas giant seems to be absorbing a lot of that impact. Checking on the EM fields, it does seem to be just a simple natural occurrence. We're just simply unlucky regarding this. Although I will say, with that level of sensor interference, it would make a nice place to hide a base. Should we get claimed to the star anyway?
With the accretion disk around the gas giant, can we get in close enough for our scans, for our sensors to override or cut through the interference?
Well, the way we've been getting past the interference is just having the probe get closer to the object we're trying to scan. Between the star and the plant and the gas giant, the EM field is just strong enough that we'd have to do rather significant changes to the stellar system before we could really reduce it in a way that we could control. Or, for that matter, doing adjustments to the sensor array.
All right.
Which I don't know if we can do those out of dry dock.
So, should we take the Argo in closer, do you think, Commander?
Don't know if this is going to cost me a momentum, but sensors aren't detecting hostile ships or hostile or any other spacecraft or anything like that.
Oh, very well. Sonadel.
That will be a momentum cost.
Okay.
But
I will check.
Because there's a little bit more to it.
Be right back.
Now I'm.
What?
Oh, I cleared my throat like the captain did a second ago. And I was like, oops, now I'm doing it.
She tells the commander, we could bounce a probe out there, she says, and leave it out there for tactical reasons. Keep us updated if any ships enter the system.
We could set up a sensor net, yeah. Put it at the edges of the system as an early listening post system. Won't be perfect.
I mean, if there's any, reason to, she says, just as a precaution.
I would, only because we're in unclaimed territory, or we're in the edges, the frontier right now, and this is sometimes aliens don't really respect claims, especially since we don't exactly fly the flag all that often out here. Besides, worst case scenario, we just have to collect the probes again, which is not a huge usage of time.
Back.
On the plus side, we are in Federation space, so I might be a little paranoid about this, but then again, my bad feelings have come more true than not. So,
what do you think, Captain? Do you think we should bounce out a probe? She says, make a sensor net, just to check for any ships coming in.
Never a bad idea. Make it so.
Oh, and sensors are. Sorry, go ahead.
So to create this, I'm going to classify this create an advantage. So let's do control plus security. Difficulty is going to be 2.
Okay.
And then the ship will probably assist with sensors plus security. And
Makes sense.
essentially, you're going to gain the advantage that you'll have an early warning detection system if an approaching vessels into the system.
Okay. Tactical systems will help me out.
Ooh, is the difficulty reduced by 1 because of advanced sensor suite? Because sensors
Yes,
are
it would
assisting.
be. It would be.
Yay.
Want me
Yeah,
to roll?
I'll allow it. But yeah. So it's difficulty 1 control plus security. Assisted by the ship's sensors plus security.
Okay. Have some momentum. Oh my god. 1?
Ooh.
Only 1.
You don't have a way to re-roll stuff, do you there, Day?
Yeah, you know what? I do have cautious.
You can't.
Security.
Well, you can re-roll this. Well, you have to buy a dice.
I can re-roll mine, right? And I might be able to get a
No.
2 and then...
You have to spend
No,
momentum.
you have to spend a momentum and you didn't. You rolled
Ah,
a
you're right,
regular
you're right.
roll.
Cautious, that's right.
Prax, you willing to take a couple threat for that complication?
Yeah, I'll take the threat.
Ooh, don't close that. I need that for later.
All right. Well, let's get a closer look.
Captain,
Blue alert.
sensors
Oh, go ahead.
Captain, sensors show no power or in the surrounding area.
Sorry, you
So-
cut out a little bit there. No, what in the surrounding area?
There are no power sources on the moon or in the area. So it is my estimation there are no spacecraft or space stations in this system other than ourselves in the probe.
All right. Then let's move her in, Sonadel. Blue alert. Brace for potential rough weather. Navigational deflectors at full.
Well, Captain.
So,
And she flips the switches.
so this is going to be a daring plus con, just by the ship's engines plus con, difficulty 1. But I'm going to up the difficulty to make it 2. That your flight systems are a little taxed because of the advantage that you created earlier. Complication range is 2.
Okay. 'Cause I have bold con. Hiya. Now we wait. There we go.
Stop it, Wolfgang. See my vest, see my vest, see my vest.
How much momentum?
That'd be 3.
3. Oops.
Nice, well done.
Show off.
And you...
Gaining momentum.
That's what con officers do.
They are.
It's true.
You do
Yeah,
manage,
it
and then
is.
you've pilot yourself within near the gas giant / the actual moon. As you pull up to the moon, you can actually, on the view screen, you see a beautiful Class M moon with blue oceans and green across all its land masses.
Wow. Sonadel just says.
A veritable Eden, at least from up here. All right, Commander von Wartburg. It's your show.
Recommend we put the ship into high orbit. And I would like to take down a Galileo shuttle with some equipment and a science team and do some preliminary scans to see if we can set up some sort of research base camp if we need to. And get some samples while we're down there.
All right. Sonadel, if you'll put us into that orbit. Commander, pick your team and use caution. Just on the off chance there is some sort of sentient or proto-sentient life down there, let's not put ourselves in violation of General Order 1.
Aye, sir. We'll keep that in mind. Dae, Sonadel, Doctor, I'll need your help. Science Team 5, please report to Shuttle Bay, please. Basically, I'm spending a momentum to secure the advantage a science detail.
Okay.
So just a bunch of people with
Team 4.
Yeah.
Yep. Just so we get this out of the way, Sonadel will stop by sick bay for her shot.
Actually, I'm going to check to see if there's any equipment I want to bring down.
We are not having that issue today.
Transport things in case we have to get out quickly.
Pattern enhancers?
Pattern enhancers in case we have to get out quickly.
Sure.
Obviously, we'll be taking armed.
And engineer, Sonadel would request an engineering kit.
Actually, Sonadel, I think I'm going to pull someone from the engineering department. I don't want to pull the chief out right now. I'm thinking either Anders or Pass. And if you want to use their kit, you outrank them, so you can just requisition it from them.
Very well, Commander. Oh, that's alive. Great.
Won't we need a pilot for this mission?
Well, that's why I'm bringing along Sonadel.
He just smiles.
I kind of laugh at that too.
Yeah, I think I'm going to bring down Lieutenant Junior. Actually, Mira, please summon Lieutenant Junior Grade up to the shuttle bay and to bring his kit with him. Any requisitions for equipment before I start assembling my own list? There's a couple of things I might bring down, but if I know when to ask outside my own field. If I had my way, I'd have nothing but research equipment down there or a hollow baffle, but you know, this isn't an intel operation, technically.
We will be going armed, sir.
Oh yes, type 2s, type 1s as normal.
Okay.
She says we're going to be armed, correct, sir?
Yes, that's what the doctor was asking about. We are going to be armed as usual. Unless you feel the need that we need a higher grade type 3, but I don't know if we need something that advanced. Unless you feel the need, since you are in a security fashion.
I would hate for you to get eaten by an animal, sir.
Type 3 is yours.
Thank you, sir.
Just make sure to keep it on stun until we see something big enough that we need to worry about the shuttle's well-being.
Of course. I'm not big on killing things.
GM, I think you get 1 or 2 escalation. I forget.
It's 2. I just looked
2?
it up.
Okay. Doctor, anything in particular you want to bring down? Maybe an emergency surgical kit? Or do you think your medical kit's going to be fine?
I could always bring a surgical kit in case somebody gets seriously injured, but I should be able to go with just a med kit.
Is there any reason to believe that we couldn't transport out?
We should be able to. And also we're trying to increase our chances of bringing along the emitters, but just trying to think of worst case scenarios. That's part of my job. Other than doing paperwork, I know.
She smiles at him.
Hey, he knows his job. Worst case scenario, we can have 1 beam down later. I'm not expecting us to get shot. All right. I think that's everything. See you all in the shuttle bay. Or follow me either way. I just realized you're all here.
Yeah. So we'll move from the con and let Haran replace her and start prepping the shuttle to go.
Good luck, number one.
Aye, sir.
In early life on Earth, she says there was something called prehistoric animals. We also had something similar on Beta's Edge, she says. I believe they called them dinosaurs, she says, sir. Reptiles, mostly. Large birds.
To whom are you speaking?
Oh, I thought she was just talking to the commander.
Oh, okay.
The
Just in
commander
general.
stepped into a turbolift and is on his way
Oh,
to the
okay.
shuttle bay.
Sorry.
Well, we all can be in the turbo lift.
Hmm.
Oh, she's just like saying that to an empty room when everybody's left.
Oh, okay.
I assumed that's what she was doing. She was just making conversation.
With
I
herself.
just figured we were all in the way. Okay, cool. Sorry.
And Anders will meet the senior officers on the flight deck.
Anders, what are you doing here?
Oh, I thought that's who you were wanting to take.
Now, Bathorth Pass.
Oh, sure. Take
Hello,
the one
right.
who's never been activated and doesn't have any skills. That'll work.
That's the idea. Give him something. Give him stuff. Plus, he has reverse engineering.
We're XCOM 2 in this. We're trying to up our
Yeah,
skills with
exactly.
everybody.
Hey.
Okay.
Well,
That's accurate.
Oh no, why
That's
did you bring
accurate.
Science Team 4 instead of 5? Damn it.
Yeah.
I think the science team should be escalation because they're secretly intelligence. No. They're not, GM. I'm just kidding.
We could
Oh
always
my
bring
god,
another
Section
security.
31.
He's got the threat.
We could always bring another.
No Section
we could always
31.
bring another-
I'm a proper intelligence officer. Damn it.
All right.
I'm legit.
You say that.
I
Are
am.
you taking
No
your tribble there, Commander?
No, I am not.
Okay.
Throws into dinosaur trouble.
I would have muted it by now. You can hold on to it and pet it like a little chinchilla if you wish.
I am fine with not invading a biosystem with alien life other than ourselves.
Okay.
All right.
Now, if it was
so,
Section 31,
But have you seen my new jacket? I only got it the other day.
no.
It's incredibly soft.
all right. I believe you're playing Pass. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Captain?
Bafoth.
Okay.
Tell her right
Anders shows
female.
up anyway. God damn it. Go away, Anders. I want to go. Go away.
All right. So, you all assemble in the flight deck, ready to beam down. Or not beam down, take the shuttle down. Yeah.
Talk about a roundabout way of doing it. Let's use the shuttle transporters. I don't trust the ships. Are you sure? One, we don't have transporters in here? At least I don't think Galileo's had transporters.
They don't.
No. So...
Could be worse. We could put the pattern enhancers around the ship and transport the ship down to the planet.
All right. So, I believe the captain was going to give some words of wisdom before you depart.
Rally the team.
Ah, nice. God, I'd forgotten about needing to do this.
You don't need to, you just should.
All right. Haggard to shuttle 208T.
Shuttle acknowledge.
All right, this is what we're out here for, people. Strange life in strange places. And you 4, are among the privileged few to step on a new world for the first time, and perhaps to encounter life forms like nothing we've ever seen before either. I expect you to carry out your duties and to carry out your duties and to take advantage of these opportunities. Let us find out what we need to find out and try not to leave any more of a trace than we absolutely have to. Good luck. If you need us, we will be here. Haggard out.
Aye, sir. Son Adele, please be ready. Let the ship know that Orpheus wishes to leave.
Is that a presence command roll for rally, GM?
Yes.
It's combat only, but
Oh, okay.
don't worry about
He
it.
just wanted to hear. He just wanted to hear you do a speech.
Oh, son of a! This is Prax
Don't worry.
training me.
I get this. Don't worry, I get the same treatment on Saturdays, so don't worry about it.
I said Prax is training me to be able to do an off the cuff.
Just
see how it is.
You just gotta hit him, dude, with his speech on the monarch when we left Space Talk.
That was horrible. Okay. So, Sonadel, give me a daring plus con, difficulty 1, complication range is 2. Assisted by the ship's, or not the ship, the shuttle, engines plus con.
You said daring con. Well, you already know the drill. I'm automatically taking a threat. You can just add a threat every time you give me these rolls, because I'm gonna have to, so I can do that.
All right,
That's 4.
Okay.
Con.
So yeah, you get 3 momentum, and then the shuttle leaves the Argo as it ventures forth down towards a landing spot that I believe the commander picked out, or would have picked out. With that, we go to the next scene. So you go down 1 momentum. So you're at 3.
I gain all that momentum and then we lose 1 immediately. Why do I fly you people around?
It's your job.
It's fair.
Supposed to be good at it.
Ooh, planet ambiance.
But yes. You open the shuttle bay doors, and what you find is a very lush and green world.
I'd like to do a tricorder scan of the area, looking for life form.
Thank you.
Okay, that's going to be reason plus science, difficulty 0.
Okay. I'll just 2.
Hey.
Nice.
Lieutenant Sonadel, Lieutenant Dai, do you feel anything here? Or nearby, at least?
Sonadel will try. Yeah.
She stretches out, and she tells her in her head, she's gonna stretch out this way, and you can stretch out the other way, I guess.
Yeah. Mind the animals, she'll say back.
Yes, well, that's okay. While the hairless people do all these examining their feelings or whatever, I'll set up the transporter enhancers. It'll be fine.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Commander, I'm not sure my readings are right. We seem to be picking up quite a few different types of life forms.
Anything higher? How big are we talking? What range of animal?
GM. Will I get that off the scan, or would I have to spend a momentum? From insects to mammals.
Well, it makes sense given the biosphere that we're in. There should be a fair amount of life, and the sound seems to indicate certain. Would indicate certain life presence.
Anything man size?
And
Did I
yeah,
get
the
anything feelings wise?
empaths are doing the empath thing.
The empathic scan.
Yeah.
So both of your empathic scans, other than what the away team that you're currently feeling, you do feel the presence of different
Grumpy.
animals, but it's really hard to pinpoint because there's so much life that your senses are a little bit overloaded.
Oh, that's a bad hangover.
All right, Lieutenant?
Yeah. That's a lot of. Oh, that's a lot of things out there.
Bugs and humidity.
There are many things out there. I would be remiss if I didn't say that, you should watch out for insects and plant life as well. They can be just as dangerous, just as an uncharted planet as wildlife.
Bugs and humidity. This is why I got into engineering.
She looks over at him.
I mean, that's fair. I should be flying a ship, not. And she smacks her head from the mosquito.
All right. Let's begin scanning the nearby animals and fauna to see if any of it is venomous, or poisonous, or otherwise hazardous.
She looks over at Doctor. She's Doctor.
I suppose I'll help you out, Lieutenant, and Sonadel will start helping set up the pattern enhancers as well. Now that her job is over.
Commander, do you want to run some tests on the local fauna to see if there's any reason why it would grow so quickly? Or life science, like biologically? Because if the animals are growing quickly, it could be from the food they're eating.
Sounds reasonable. Take what samples you can, and if you need somewhere to take it into the shuttle for their scans. If you need a less than medical point of view on it, I can step in and take a look at it.
Are we gonna be staying here for a while, Commander? In this spot?
Possibly. That's why I want to check see if it's safe for us to touch and remove or cut away. Because I do want to establish a perimeter about no less than say 1 meter to 5 meters away from the shuttle, so we have a nice clearing around us.
That's what I wanted permission to do, Commander.
But let's determine that we're not going to do too much harm by doing this, and that we're not endangering ourselves by touching certain plants. We could run into a very venomous or dangerous plant life or small animal life. I don't want you cutting away at stuff until you know you're safe.
Bafoth is going to run a scan looking for non-natural structures, power sources, anything like that.
Yeah, you hear Sonadel in the background going, "Paz, you know you're not doing your job right when these are leaning over. You know that, right?" And she's fixing a pattern enhancer.
So Paz,
yes, well, don't worry. I'll come back by and check your work in a minute.
I landed us, didn't I?
Is that what you call that?
Lieutenants, mind yourselves.
Just being polite, Captain. Or Commander.
Be careful with that, Lieutenant. You're just in both trouble with that.
I would like her to rub something like either. Well, no, you just use a tricorder. I'd like to check the leaves of plants or anything like that, just to see if there's anything toxic on them before we start cutting them away.
Yeah.
So pause. Give me a reason plus engineering. Difficulty is going to be 2.
Okay,
Can I have a momentum?
go for it.
Okay. It's not a great score, but there you go. 3. Got the momentum
Get
back.
the momentum. Yep. Sorry, I'm typing up something. I wrote this session in haste. I do apologize.
It's okay.
Yeah, have you ever done planetary expeditions before?
Several hiking trips. This is actually a lot like home. It's a lot of jungles and
Good.
such.
Once we get
on-
the perimeter set up, I'm thinking that you can instruct the away team on protocol and how to watch the picket line and so forth. Nothing too advanced, just enough that we have eyes looking around.
Yep, they don't want to fall. Watch where you step.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes out. She says these places are havens for a lot of not just insects, she says, but animal life. She says dangerous animal life. Geckos, frogs, things that look harmless, she says, but can be very harmful.
So who was doing a plant survey?
The doctor.
That was me.
Okay. It's gonna be reason plus science. Difficulty is 1.
I'll
Is-
take a momentum if I can.
Sure. Is that difficulty 1 accounting for the science team?
I'll be using a tricorder again, so I get an extra success. So 3.
What talent?
Say again, GM. We didn't get the full message.
What talent are you using to get that extra success?
I'm using the tricorder. Gives you a success when you're scanning with it if you succeed on the task.
I don't think using a tricorder in and of itself gives you a free success.
It does, I
no,
think.
Yeah.
No, it
I
doesn't.
thought if you succeed, if it'd give you an extra. Okay.
No.
There's talents and stuff that give you bonuses on stuff like that, but the tricorder on its own just makes it possible.
Oh, okay. I thought it was one of the ones that it was where if you used it, or it could be just if it's a certain person.
Yeah. Because I know there's some people,
but-
like there's some androids in the fleet that get free successes just because they're doing anything to do with reason, for example.
And if you're a science officer, you would get like a bonus momentum to ask additional question for free.
Alright. Sorry.
And then you have like things like studious. Like if you have studious, whenever time you
You get
use
an
a
extra
tricorder
question.
or the sensors or anything like that, you gain an additional momentum to access or to ask questions. But you do get 1 momentum because the difficulty was 1 from that.
Okay.
So you get the momentum back.
And I'd like you all to remember if you are bitten by anything or rub against a plant and start getting a rash, defer to me immediately.
Last thing you need to do is go down from a neurological shock or something worse.
Nothing like class trips to deadly planets, eh, Commander?
Oh, it's the large reason why a lot of us go out here. See new worlds, new frontiers.
Oh, I did it just to fly. But this is cool.
So, Commander, were you doing a Pacific scan on something else?
I'm mainly, I'm not scanning for anything yet. I'm still kind of waiting on results from other people.
Okay.
Commander, this is quite strange. The plant life seems normal, like it's been evolved over billions of years, just the same as what Earth or other Class M planets would do.
All right. Have you identified any of the planets as dangerous? Like which ones we can touch, which ones we shouldn't touch?
That'll be a momentum spend.
Okay.
It's pretty, she says. You probably should stay away from it. Or if it has bright colors.
Different biomes have different requirements, though, is the thing.
What was it that they said when red and black touches? Or was that yellow and black?
I once heard of a planet that had very dull colors and was made mostly of rock. But if you approached it, it could bore through you with a disturbing amount of acid.
Yes, sir, they've got a couple of them over there.
All right. All right, Day, you know where the... keep in mind those dangerous plants, clear otherwise, though.
Commander, if you people are finished with all the biology and whatnot, it's a little faint because the EM interference, but there's a power source here. Looks like it's coming from a cave system nearby, this direction. I mean, if you're interested in such things.
Distance? We're talking kilometers? We're talking another continent? I imagine it's very close.
It's about 5 kilometers.
All right.
Oh, so a weekend walk.
Pretty much. Dai and Sonadel, do you believe you two secure the shuttle so it can't be launched without our say-so?
Sure. She'll secure that.
Okay, secure the shuttle. And actually, thanks for all the hard work, Lieutenants, but we're going to have to take those pattern enhancers with us on our hike. We might need them if interference gets bad enough.
Red touch yellow kills a fellow. That's it. She says red touch yellow kills a fellow.
All right, well.
She starts picking up the pattern enhancers and hands them to Paz and says, next time don't put them up crooked.
Next time, get some glasses.
Lieutenants, I can still hear you.
Yes, Commander. Although I'm not sure how with those ears.
She gets it done and she comes back as quickly as possible.
Away team to Argo.
Haggard here. What's the report, Commander?
At this time, we've established a safe landing zone. We have some preliminary research data. Nothing's attacked us, thankfully. We seem to be all fine, breathing fine. We have some information on poisonous plants, but we are going to be able to navigate those fairly well. Of interest, though, there is a power source that our Lieutenant Paz has detected nearby in a cavern system that we didn't see on the probe or on the ship's sensors. It's about 5 kilometers. Lieutenant Paz, he nods to him. Lieutenant Paz will send up the data through the tricorder up to the ship, so you can see where we're going. Because we're going to take a quick hike out that way and see what that power source is about.
The Thoth transmits that while muttering, put out the pattern enhancers, Both. Pick up the pattern enhancers, Both. Send the information up to the ship, Both. Sure, be an engineer on a starship, they said.
Got something to say, Lieutenant?
Yes, sir. All the time.
Good. Keep it to yourself then, unless it's mission pertinent.
Can you now understand why Andorians and Tellarites don't normally get on?
Yeah.
I just see you guys racially oppressing that Tellarite. That's all I see.
Whoa.
For being himself. God.
Also, it's the whole creepy snake thing you've got going on in your head there, Doc. Just saying.
So, Captain, as you can see, we're getting along swell down here. But yeah, we're gonna be heading out that way. Shouldn't be more than a quick hike. We're securing the shuttle. Otherwise, we'll report once we get to the cave.
All right, keep in touch, number one.
Aye, sir.
Haggard out.
Way team out. Lieutenant, if you're gonna express yourself against senior officers, maybe don't do it while the captain can hear you. He waves his communicator. It doesn't look good on reports when I don't complain about you talking to your superiors. Just fair warning.
Yes, sir.
I want you to make lieutenant sometime. This year, perhaps.
Yes, sir. It is my dream, sir.
I'm sure it is, Lieutenant.
So I remember that warning. She says, it's red touch yellow kills a fellow. She says, and yellow touches red, you'll soon be dead. So anything with like red and yellow, she says, like snakes or anything like that, she says you should stay away from. If it's red and black, she says you should be fine. Red touches black, friend of Jack.
Commander, this is me not mentioning that the security officer has red hair and kind of a yellowish complexion.
She smiles.
Well, she is rather dangerous.
As she
I wouldn't
starts
touch her if I were you.
As she starts hiking with the pattern enhancers.
If they're having trouble carrying them, I'll help them carry them then.
No, that's okay. We've got it, Red. We've got it. You just keep those deadly arms to yourself, unless something comes along that you can use them on. I don't know. Tigers, lions, dragons.
Bears, oh my.
Yeah. And she hikes.
Bugs.
She says, you laugh, she says, but it could save your life.
Yes, because I've so much to live for right now.
Right. Day, you're on point. Mr. Cheerful here can stay in the middle, and the rest of us will bunch up in the back.
I beg your pardon, Commander. I am female, if you could not tell. My beard is much shorter than a Tellarite male's.
Oh, apologies. That's my mistake.
I jog up.
Lieutenant Grumpy, then.
Thank you, Commander.
Come on, Lieutenant Day. Maybe you'll be able to practice that psychology with your new friend. At the front.
You mean with the commander, she says?
I was talking about the Tellarite.
Oh, well, when...
Be overjoyed at the task that she's doing. Maybe you'll be able to cheer her up with your words of knowledge.
I'm a security officer, not a psychologist.
I don't know. I always heard cross-training is a good idea for career advancement.
This reminds me of what they taught us about diversity, she says at Starfleet. The diversity in the races.
Oh, please, go on.
It seems to me that we're all 5 different aliens hiking here. Different points of view. I mean, we can't get more diverse than this.
I suppose we could. One of us could be a robot. We're all biological.
She looks over at Sonadel for a second.
Robots? Don't be ridiculous. There's no way that any kind of even duotronic computers can't process the kind of information that would be required for a functioning android, Commander. That's just ridiculous.
But we have had semi-sentient probes and computer sentiences encountered in various missions.
Oh, well, sure, I'll grant you that.
Imagine if the shuttle
probe
had personality.
a few years ago, sure, but even that wasn't really intelligent. They still needed to plug into a human being, or actually even worse, a Deltan, to figure out what to do with emotions. to complete itself. It wasn't like, a fully functioning, fully sentient species.
I'm surprised at you, Lieutenant. I would think you'd be overjoyed at the prospect of artificial intelligence.
Oh, sure, it'd be fascinating, but I'm just saying, this whole talk about us being diverse and we could add a robot into it. Well, there's no robot in the known galaxy that's going to be anywhere near a sentient being and able to hold a civilized argument.
Well, there is to say that once upon a time, humans of all things, as much as we're explorers, we used to fear the stars and the gaps in between them, thinking there were space monsters out to devour our minds.
That seems right.
But since then, we've accomplished the impossible. We've actually stopped killing each other long enough to explore the stars.
Give it a minute, Commander, sir.
Well, that's a pretty big accomplishment for humans.
You have no idea.
So, it's Ozian? Is that his name? I always get his name confused.
Chaosian?
Ozian, right?
Just Ozion, yeah.
Yeah, Ozian. She says, so Ozian, is this climate just as hard for you as an Andorian?
No harder than others. We can survive in most temperatures, even beyond the heat, but humans can. It just wears us out a lot. Without jewels. So,
Sonadel stops everybody and is like,
is that a snake?
may want to get that phaser ready.
Phasers out, direction?
Give me a second. And she focuses.
And
Dash
as
electric,
you're doing
yeah.
that,
I'm gonna pull
you
out my
hear
phaser.
a loud screech.
That way.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
And that way.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Yeah.
As you see 3 ant-looking creatures coming straight at you guys.
Oh, good, bugs.
I will try to fire.
I think we're in combat rounds now. Wild guess.
Yep.
We are.
Oh, come
We
on.
are
Maybe
in
they're
combat.
intelligent species and they want to talk to us about the great hive mind. Almighty
Who
Atomic?
knows?
We should have brought Lieutenant Mira.
We should
Where's
have
the
brought Sam.
antagonizer when you need her?
You got me. Bitches. Oh, they all go before us?
No, I gotta.
Oh, okay.
At least
I
one of
do
them
a
will probably
big
act before
group
us.
bed.
Oh, okay. Makes sense now.
Go by daring.
It's type 3 phaser, right? That's what I got, type 3?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Keep
It
in
was
mind,
either
quick
going to
reminder,
be Daria or Sonadel going
quick
first.
reminder about your rifle is that it has the accurate quality, and for that to work, you have to spend a minor action to aim it.
Okay.
I forget what it does. I'll look it up for you.
Gives you a reroll.
Free reroll.
Yeah, aim lets you re-roll one of the dice.
In conjunction
And
with
then
your
accurate,
cautious
let's-
roll.
Accurate lets you reroll all of them.
Oh, that's what it is. Whereas aiming just lets you re-roll one.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, any number of d20s.
That's why I love
That's the
accurate
accurate one.
weapons.
So am I first?
Yes, you are first.
Sweet. I'll spend a momentum. Phasers, focus,
No,
Control
I'm
C.
the first.
control security. Right?
It is for range. Yes, it is control plus security. Difficulty
Okay,
is 2.
cool. Okay,
You have talent though, don't you? That lowers the difficulty when you aim.
Precision targeting. That's for a ship. Attacking enemy vessels, I think.
No, you have marksman, don't you? No, that was
That's a different. Yeah,
No.
that
was in a different time period. Now I'm a mean right hook.
No, aim just lets you reroll one. Accurate for the gun makes it so the reroll applies to all the dice.
Okay. Boom.
Not that you need it, apparently.
You get 2 momentum. Roll
Bam.
damage.
Can I take another action, like a quick action? For this?
Well, roll damage first.
You might want to spend
Okay,
momentum to reroll those fails.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yes, I do. That's 5. Tab.
That's
God.
bad.
It's a little better. So I'm gonna zap this one right here. Number blue guy, because he's next to the commander.
Blue guy.
Keep the commander safe. Keep the commander safe.
That's fine.
Is that how it works? So I can
Targeting
take
that
a. Is that how it works? I can take a quick action or no?
It's 2 momentum.
Somebody else decides it.
There you go. Quick to actions after they go. You can like let us fire, and then you can get us to fire again, without actually spending momentum on a different character.
Well, so there's 2 things you could do. Okay, quick to action does not let someone else in the group go. You can do a swift task, which costs 2 momentum, and you can go again, but you could do an extra task, but it's an increased difficulty of 1, and you get no minor action.
I will. So I won't get to aim, right? So it'll be a difficulty of
3.
You
3?
can aim. Yeah, it'd be a difficulty of 3. You can aim, but you have to spend a momentum to do that.
So 2 and 1, and then I would have 2 dice. That's not worth the squeeze.
And
I'll
the
let
blue
somebody else
guy
have
is
a turn.
still up.
It's still up?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Then.
That's a lot of damage for it to just blink away.
Sweet.
Did it threat to roll away from the injury, or did it just
No.
not go down? Oh no,
Just
that means
did not go
resistance came
down.
into it.
Yeah, they probably got at least 3 resistance then.
Oh no, that's bad. That's super bad.
Well, use charge and
Yeah.
whatever the thing is that lets you cut through 2 resistance.
Yeah, I would just let your turn pass. The
Yeah.
higher difficulty is unless you're like, if they were shooting at us, I would say dive for cover or something, but these things are probably going to come up and bite us, so finding cover's not going to help you.
We can spend 2 momentum to keep the initiative, though.
Yeah.
You can,
We
yes.
can. Yeah, that's true. Is any... yeah, let's spend 2 to hold on to the initiative.
Alright.
Just give us a
who's
chance to
going
put
go?
down that guy. Who's the best shot out of the people who haven't gone yet? I know it's not me.
Hi,
let's
I'm
see.
called.
I have 12, I think.
I'm rolling a 13.
I'm rolling
Sanadel.
a 15.
Yeah.
Sanadel.
Yeah. Sure. I will. We have 1 momentum. I will spend it. Security, so it doesn't matter. And aiming for this one. And I assume I saw that the stun had a weird setting or whatever. Nah, I won't. I'll keep it on stun.
I would charge it for something else, like Ooh.
You didn't. Okay, so you didn't do charge. So you do get a momentum out of that. Roll damage.
Yep. Sorry, I got overzealous.
You did.
And I'm going to spend a momentum for piercing.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Still up.
Jesus.
Well, that one hasn't been touched. You shot at a fresh one.
AF. Always AF.
AF.
Yeah, I attacked the same guy.
It's league talk, I think.
Well, it's any first person. They
Alright.
always go after one guy and take him down first. Then he's out of the
Blue
equation. He doesn't get an
comes
attack.
charging up to Sonadel.
Thank you for drawing aggro.
You're welcome.
He's focus pulling.
It's what Rangers do.
So this is going to be a opposed daring,
Uh-oh. You're bad at that.
daring security.
No, I'm not. I know, right? So terrible.
Yeah, why not?
Because you're nice and
More
you don't
dice?
do that. Oh, good.
Damn.
God. Okay. This isn't
Alright,
Sherwood Forest, that's for sure.
In that case, 1 momentum and 5 threat.
Okay.
Here we go.
You get him that threat?
What's he gonna do?
Yeah,
Spend it?
Spend a threat.
I will spin my determination. I don't run from a fight to reroll that 0 because I am not getting bit by this thing. And it's a tie.
Which goes to the attacker in melee, we decided?
No, that
We have-
does not. So they can succeed at a cost. Melee rules are different from the other rules on page 82.
Right.
So
Yeah.
on page 282, there is a diagram that tells you for melee combat, if it is a draw, the either or can succeed at a cost. So I can succeed at a cost by creating a complication. If I wanted this attack to go through, or by spending 2 additional threat, or Sonadel can succeed at a cost by taking a complication, or giving the GM 2 threat.
I'll give you 2 threat.
So that was only
Alright,
8.
7 threat.
We've given the GM a total of 10 threat thus far
Oh my god.
for the game. Yeah.
Bold characters.
No, I just
You're
wanted to
welcome.
beat the
Alright.
Yes.
Yeah, you manage to punch it in the face to keep it from biting you, and it just turns right around, unfazed, and just squeals at you as it opens up its giant mouth. Turn passes back to you guys.
Which one has been
Yeah.
hit before?
Oh,
So
yeah.
I ping it for me.
Blue
That one
and red.
and
Okay.
that one.
Blue and red. Okay.
But blue's took the most so far, I believe.
Agreed, yep.
You want Bathoth to take a shot? She's rolling 13, I think it was.
I would
Yeah.
like to make sure I can actually do the thing I'm talking about. Oh, shoot. I don't have that. I can still do that. I am going to direct
There you
die
go.
to shoot at target to that one.
Which one? The blue one or the green one?
Blue one.
The blue one.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
And recommend you turn up the intensity. Not the intensity. Put it on high stun. I'm asking you to turn it vicious. Don't worry about aiming. Just hit the darn thing.
Sure, I'll hit him. Of course, we have no momentum because he burned like 10 threat and took all the momentum.
You start too. We believe in you.
No, I'm not that kind of officer. Okay, I'll fire. Here we go. Yes.
And my assist.
Get 1 momentum.
Presence command for assisting with direct.
Yeah.
Oops, I don't have focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hate your
So you turn down
Uh,
to vicious. Yeah, that's right. Let's see.
So a total of 10 damage with vicious.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Ouch. Sorry, I'm doing math in my head.
That's what calculators are for.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
All
I had to be a
right.
smart guy.
There's also a complication here. That one does go down, but it lets out a loud screech noise before it goes.
Uh-oh.
Pattern answers are looking
and the
pretty good to it.
Turn passes to them. And the green one charges in towards Pass. This is going to be an opposed daring security.
Pasta.
There's just basically no
You
way.
guys are giving me all this threat, so
It's true.
I'm gonna spend it.
No, Sonadel is giving you all this.
It's like my last date.
They jumped you and tried to let you know their feelings?
Oh, it was awful. Also, ow!
As a mandible cuts his head off.
My 3
Right.
foot back.
Deadly and intense.
Oh, that sucks. That's
Oh, yeah,
no bueno.
Yeah, I had to spend a threat on that one actually. So it is lethal, by the way. And then
Right.
I'm gonna re-roll those 2 zeros.
Ah, shit. Tense. What does that do?
Makes it
Makes it
harder
harder
to
to-
recover
So
from
for-
injury.
Yeah, you have to actually spend 3 momentum to. You have to spend actually 5 momentum to stay up.
Or 5
Yeah.
threat.
I'll go down.
Yeah.
Or 5. Or give me 5
3,
threat.
4, 5, 6. Stress. Okay.
So that's 6 stress.
So I go down. Ah!
Ow. I turned up my volume at the wrong time.
Sorry.
Ugh.
I was in the moment, man.
Alright, Doctor, you're up.
Trying to think if I can.
Tell her right down. Tell her right down. Tell her right down.
With a deadly monster nearby, maybe not doing first aid right away is a great plan.
Yeah, I was sat there thinking if I which one should I shoot to try to draw the stuff or shoot at the red one to try to hurt it, because obviously I will be putting the thingy up and using the momentum. Was it changes it to vicious and then fire at the red one, I think.
Yeah, I'd focus fire on the red one just so we have less hostiles on us immediately.
And I miss. I hear the scream as I'm about to fire, and it takes away my accuracy.
It would have been so awesome if he had like the them sound effect, the ant sound effect of them. I would have been like, oh no.
Whatever that was.
Yeah.
I didn't have enough time to get one, so.
This is great though.
That is a
Get
miss.
Yep.
Your phaser shot goes just past it and scorches a tree.
Hey, is the bite
It's
deadly
different
just because
bits.
it's that deadly, or is it poisoned?
No,
Oh,
it's
that
just because it's that deadly.
Okay.
Because it's 2 big chompers coming
Yep.
in at you. So
Coming
I
at you.
actually have to spend threats to use it. So
Oh, really? Thought it would be automatic. 'cause
Yeah.
Deadly.
it's not because it's deadly. Deadly. I have to spend threat. I have to spend threat no matter what. I have to spend threat not to make it deadly, and I have to spend, or I can. It's either one or the other. So I have to spend that threat no matter what with it.
Oh.
Now, if we play with the
So-
proper group, he'd have no threat, so he wouldn't be able to attack. He'd just be able to wave its claws at us. But because we have a pilot,
I just
It's a bold
wouldn't
group.
be-
Even your captain has a bold command. So
So it's gonna come and attack
Like a coward.
Sonadel. It's
Coward.
opposed.
Never attack a bold
You
person.
know what? Screw it.
Are we having this showdown again?
We are having this showdown again, but I'm rolling 5 dice.
I am too.
oh my god.
Using one of my milestones that I got in that Klingon episode, fighting. And I'm going to spend it on I don't run from a fight. Successes, so I'm only rolling 4. Sorry. And I caught myself.
So you're giving me 5 threat.
Yep, and I roll complication too. So, but I have 6 successes.
Yup.
So you get 2 momentum.
2 momentum.
I
Huzzah.
break my complication. Would that be a good idea? Yeah, I think so.
So roll damage, unarmed strike.
Get away from me! She slaps it.
Yeah.
You know, and actually, as you slap it, actually, like, you hurt your head because you realize how hard that exoskeleton is. And we're gonna skip past Pass because they're down. And
Lay
it's
about.
top of the order,
Typical
which
Telerin.
means it's actually their go. So, wait, Blue's dead. That's right.
One's dead.
Bye, Blue.
One's fine.
Well, he's actually unconscious, but we're not gonna. So it's Green. All right, Green. What are you going to do? Oh, yes, that's right. So I have to spend a threat to hit Haas that's on the ground.
Oh, low blow, dude.
He's eating his food.
That's 1 threat back,
Oh.
but which is immediately spending to.
Make lethal.
Well, it's because this one's deadly too.
Yeah.
But-
it has to.
Good God.
Not gonna drag him back to the bug haven.
So that's only that's 4 more stress. It's not enough for an injury, but you do have a lethal injury already. However, I need you to make a fitness plus medicine difficulty 1.
Is this for a poison or something?
Yep.
Oh yeah, she's
Remember,
Tellarite.
Tellarite.
Probably has advantage on that because he's
Yeah.
racial trait.
Yeah,
Yep.
trait Tellarite. Keen sense of smell and high tolerance to many common drugs, toxins, and inebriants.
He was sobriety for that.
So you still need to make the. So yeah, you're still going to make the roll, but I'm going to lessen it away. But right now, it's something you're not going to know at the moment.
Okay. So it's what in medicine?
Fitness plus medicine difficulty 1.
Yeah, it's 50-50 shot here, fellas.
You got this.
I do not have this.
All right. On top of your injury, you do suffer 1 fatigue, so that's 1 stress taken away.
All right, that's all my stress.
And he's gone.
All your stress. Okay, you're
Yep,
not dead.
That's it.
You're not dead, right? So, it is. Oh wait, actually, it was already a lethal injury. So yes.
Yeah.
Boss is dead.
I think it's probably just gonna poison you and then take you back to the hive. Probably. Spider does or something.
Essentially, that's what it's doing, and it's doing another minor action, and it scurries off with Pos.
Yep. got to move past to the in memory of section of the supporting characters.
Do we know he's dead? Does he clearly look dead, or does he not look clearly
She's
dead?
You don't
'Cause if he's
know,
not-
but the minute it just so the way I describe it is it has a stinger on the back. It came forward and went down straight, stuck pos with it, released, and then latched onto it, and then started dragging it away.
Because I wouldn't let him run off with it. I would go chasing after that thing. I wouldn't let somebody get dragged away like that. If I didn't know they were dead, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like.
And I would actually order Day after him.
Okay, well I'll put Greenie back on there with pos. That's fine. But they are scurrying away.
I mean, I didn't say it was a good decision on my part to leave the group, but that's what I would do, though.
But it is Days Go. Or Die, sorry.
Yeah, I would chase and try to get another shot at this thing as it's carrying him away.
her.
Her away.
So, you don't act. You would have to move. Use your minor to move. Are you gonna shoot
Okay.
green?
I'm gonna shoot. Yeah, green. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have to go very far because it just moved from close range to medium, which from you were in close, so it's at medium range. So you didn't, or not medium, at long. So you would have to move into medium range,
Cool.
which is your minor.
Okay.
And then you can shoot. It's a difficulty 2. If you wanted to shoot it, okay, well you hit. So roll damage. That's 8. Is that right? Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep.
Alright, as it moves away with pus in its mouth, it squeals and goes down. It is Red's go. It's going to come after you, Sonadel. Actually, wait. I think I might have lost track of turn order. I think I did.
It's okay, dude. I'll go again if you want.
Red is next.
No, no, because Red went. Oh no, did Green go first?
Yep, green went first because they drug paws
Okay.
off.
Yeah. It's so much. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I think
Daring
Ultimate
security.
Showdown was. Because Ultimate Showdown was last turn.
Pose
Yep.
daring security. It is
Okay.
a lethal attack.
I will. I have one more use, and I will. I don't run from a fight. This and 2 threat because I'm only rolling 3 dice.
Fudge muffin.
I have 5 successes. And I am about to mark those 2 off. I have not yet. Oh, where is it? I spent 2.
It's okay. It's to get 2 momentum. All right.
And I do 5 damage to it.
Not do anything else.
My fist piercing, because I would love to do that.
You hit it in like a weak point or something.
It did it.
That, if I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. This time she's not slapping it with an open hand. She's going full Muhammad Ali on it.
Okay, it's you hit a weak point. It squeals, but it's still up.
Yep.
It's your go.
Yep. She's still holding her phaser. She's been punching it with one hand. So she's going to minor action aim and
Difficulty-
fire at it.
It's control plus security difficulty 3, because you're in close range.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to spend a momentum. 3 dice. That's fine.
And as its choppers are
I know,
in your
there's
face,
fish for everything.
and Doctor, it's your go.
Everything's fine.
Even though out of game, I know that, like, she's already gone. He would run after her
Yeah.
to see if he can save her.
Okay. When you arrive, her eyes are teary. She's not like bawling or anything, but there's tears out of her eyes, and she's just kind of standing over her.
I'd run a medical check just to make sure. There's
She's.
nothing I can do.
So,
I think she's
reason,
dead. She's just...
Reason plus medicine difficulty 1. Actually, no. it'd be
Let the doctor
difficulty-
determine that. Sorry, I talked over you.
Do we have any momentum left?
No.
Okay. I think I can use as a focus. Xenobiology?
Yep.
2.
You get 2 momentum. They are indeed dead.
Cole awaits for his confirmation.
I'm sorry, she is. Commander?
She closes her eyes and tears roll down her face for a second. She looks at him. She then quickly tries to pick her up in a way that, you know, like a little person can pick up a smaller, a bigger person. I figure her big fitness and security makes her just good at picking people up rather than, like, you know, Arnie strong. She won't hesitate. She'll pick him up and bring him back to the group. Bring her back to the group.
And I would... Well, that's my turn. I've got nothing left, so it's used to. But I'd be coming back to fight that thing with you.
Alright, Wolfgang, it is your go.
Away team to Argo. Emergency medical beam out. Away, centered on the doctor and, damn it, and sorry, correction, on Day and on the doctor and the engineer. Group of 3, about so many meters away from me.
Do you have crisis management?
I wish I did.
I'll let it be your minor if you want to do a task roll.
Yeah.
But someone from the Argo will go after that.
Do you want me to roll anything for the task roll to do the order, or?
No, like you use your minor to give the order.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but they'll go after you. You
Okay.
get to do it. You can actually point your phaser at red and shoot it if you wish.
I will, because I don't want it to take down. Gonna give you a threat. I'm turning the weapon to lethal.
Okay.
Giving you a threat for an extra die.
You have momentum.
I kind of want to save it.
Okay. Difficulty is 2. Control plus security.
Yeah. I was worried about a complication, so. Fires wide.
Alright. Goes before die goes, you can activate an NPC on the Argo to do the transport. This is going to be a control plus engineering. Difficulty is 4. Complication range is 2. Assisted by the ship's sensors plus engineering.
We'll have Anders do it. He has a focus in transporters.
Y'all. That's why I wanted him up there.
No, is it going straight to the transporter room, or are you going straight to medbay?
Well, it did say emergency medical, so that would be straight to medbay kind of thing.
Then it's a difficulty 5.
She is wearing pattern. The dead body does have a bunch of pattern enhancers on it.
They're not unfortunately activated, unfortunately.
He's not beaming me out too, is he?
It's just the sound of it's all 3 of you are going down.
Yeah.
And
See.
won't the advanced sensors take down the difficulty by 1?
If we're assisted by the sensors.
Yes, it will. Yes, it goes down to 4.
Yay.
Okay.
Good job.
And since we're about to activate Anders, I'm going to give him a value this time. My crew is my family. So I'll have him spend a determination on my crew is my family. So that's 2 successes. I'll spend a 2 momentum to get another die, which will let me activate cautious engineering.
You have to give me a threat for the extra die. It costs 2
Alright,
dice.
3. Right. So yeah, I'll give you a threat. And then here we go for the beam out roll. Already got 2 successes. So there's that one. Let's re-roll that 0.
2 more.
It's 4. 5.
There's 5. Need the ship sensors plus engineering.
Alright, let me pull that up.
Nice.
Sensors and engineering. Roll. No whammies though.
That's good. When I appear on the ship?
Yes, the 3 of you are beamed straight to sickbay.
I look to Ozone and I said, "Where's the commander? Where's the commander?" She like they beamed me out. Why did they beam me out?
Alright, you have 1 momentum, and Sondel, it is your go. We're gonna resolve this real quick though.
Yeah. I hope you had an idea about that, Commander, because you just left us without our Type 3. And she turns and fires on the reaction to aim.
Okay.
Not tell her I was dead.
Permission to shoot to kill?
Difficulty 3.
Yep. That's fine. A 3rd dice, a threat for lethal.
So 2 threat.
Yep.
Get him, Sonadell. Or should I say, get them?
Yep.
Ha! I see what you did there.
Didn't you win?
No, it was difficulty 3. However,
You did aim.
I thought you aimed, so you could re-roll.
I
on
did
camera.
aim. Did aim.
Oh, I forgot about that entirely.
Big bucks, no whammies.
I
Well.
do want to use a milestone for determination to reroll. I want this thing dead. Oh well.
That's your third. Is that your 4th? That's your 4th milestone. That's all your milestones. You do realize that, right?
That's my 3rd milestone.
3rd.
I have 1 left. Yeah. However, I don't want to die, and I don't think the commander wants to die either. So
Don't speak for me.
let the ant eat you, then Commander.
Fine.
What value?
Yay! I hit it.
Alright, roll damage.
Right. I don't run from a fight. And a momentum to reroll all of that. momentum left.
Where the god dang it?
These
Oh,
bold
momentum's
characters taking their threat and our momentum.
Hell,
It's like
I want this thing dead.
they double dip from everything, don't they?
I know it's like they gotta just keep
And
pushing.
it goes still up. Oh, so close. So close.
Oh,
All right,
like they get a
let's
chip,
go.
they put it in the tomato sauce and they put it in the mayonnaise and then eat it. You're
I'm
like,
about to. I am
bring
about to
both of them.
restart.
You did. So just to let you know, when you did that shot though, it hit, and it created a nice crevice in there, and melted
Oh, yeah.
part of the exoskeleton away. Yeah, you have a
Yep.
chance to save Poss, by the way, in sickbay. This is why he did the order. But it's
Yep.
Fred's go.
Go ahead.
Daring security. Pose.
That's fine. I'm burning the
Speedball.
value fast with Strange New Worlds, because this Strange New
What the-
World is fucking with my steez. It's messing with my steez, man. So I'm gonna burn that value. And then I'm going to use I don't run from a fight for auto successes, and then
Gods.
give you 5 threat for 4 dice. I'm going to hurt this thing, I hope. Nope, I am not. I'm going to get hurt. This is luck. Wait.
Uh,
I have one more.
Sorry for the
determination.
cursing. It just came out of me.
I have one more
We'll
determination.
survive. I'll reuse the
to
roll.
use it.
one more determination.
Yep.
There's gotta be a limit to determination uses.
That is
Swear.
4. So,
There
What
is.
are you
You run out of
burning to-
values.
Your values or what?
yeah.
You're burning values right now to kill this ant? That's all I
No,
ever
no.
been.
She's
did,
burning
yeah.
her momentums. Yeah.
Value.
Alright,
Or
you
mouse
get a
dice.
momentum. You get a momentum. Roll your
Hooray.
unarmed strike damage.
Okay.
Probably going
awesome.
away
Oh yeah,
immediately.
that's right.
While this is going on, I'll comm badge the captain and tell him I'm not with the group they beamed us out. The commander's alone. With Sonadel. Permission to beam back to surface, sir.
That's 6 damage. I assume I take its gooey innards.
Not exactly.
Well, it's not lethal, right? So.
It's not lethal.
For
Permission
Pier-
granted. Take
one
a
for
security
piercing.
team if you need them.
have
It
them
does
beam me
go
down.
down. You do knock it out, and it goes down. It's kind of. It's still alive, but it does go down.
Permission to put it out of its misery, Commander.
Permission not granted. We're getting back to the shuttle right now. Run.
It
Okay.
screams.
And she turns and runs.
I want the transporter guy to beam me on their location.
As we're running full tilt towards
Sure.
the shuttle.
Sure.
So
catch up with you.
it's you run to the shuttle. You,
Full tilt.
so
we broke tracks.
give me a so you get to the get to the shuttle,
The chopper.
Mhm.
to the chopper. Yeah.
Sorry.
As you arrive, because you did walk a distance away, the two of you hear a metal plane drop at your feet and a wind-up noise.
Out! Out! Out!
Yeah.
Grenade!
Hold on, no.
Mhm.
God, where
The
is
last
that?
words that come out is son of a. And out of Sonadel before this thing goes off.
The ants were people. They weren't ants at all. Transformed.
Transformers.
Oh my god,
Wow.
how is that possible?
Oh,
We got lucky.
Hold on, no,
Soil
let
and
me
green
roll
is
that.
ants.
Wait, did it tab or something?
they didn't pull the tab and I got hit with the face with the grenade.
And all right, 4. I don't have to re-roll anything. Both of you get hit by this because it's area. The char. Oh yeah, sorry. Forgot I had this pre-planned. So there's no. could have sworn there was a charge on this thing. Yeah. The charge is vicious. So, I am curving this though. It is non-lethal damage.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say you take both of you take 5 stress.
You can have 2 threat to avoid the injury.
Yeah.
How much? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, more than that.
If and when
It
I
is
do
more
beam
than
in, I want to beam
I
in
just don't
after
wanna-
this.
Technically,
Sorry, I'm
it's
trying to
8
hear the GM.
stress. Okay, so technically it is 8.
7, 8. That's what it is. Okay.
Where are you guys both at on your stress though?
I
My
am
question.
with just the 5.
That's 8.
With just the 5 taken off.
No, it's 8.
Taken off. 4 left. Sonadel is down. Yeah, or going down. Yeah. Same for Sonadel. 4 from going down completely.
Am I able to beam
Mike?
down yet?
So no. So hold on. You're still in sick bay. So this would be metagaming if you beam down right away. But I'll get to that in a minute. So my question is, are you guys gonna give me 4 threat to stay up, considering your conditions and where you're at?
Yeah, I will do the same.
So I'm coming
We'll
to
follow
get you.
the
Don't
commander's
worry.
lead. I don't feel like getting tortured either, so.
Captain gave me
We'll
permission.
not leave you there.
All right. So Wolfgang's staying up. Sanda, do you go down?
Nope, she stays up too.
How much stress do you have left?
4,
After the 8.
just like him.
All right. The two of you feel very much disoriented, and I'm going to spend threat. You guys have an increased complication range, increased difficulty of 1 for both of your next task as you're disoriented, and you do see 4 humanoids wearing masks pointing particle weapons at you, and they say surrender.
Where are they in relation to the shuttle?
Right in front of you. They're on your path to the shuttle, and we're halfway, so you're about 2 kilometers from the shuttle.
Commander? What are those things they have?
Flick open my communicator. 2 to beam up now.
You get no response.
Sonadel, you're on orders to run. Get back to the ship.
Yes, sir. And she dives into a bush and takes off running towards the shuttle.
All right. So we're going to sort of mini combat here. As you do that, I'll give you soft cover as part of your task roll, so you'll get to roll 2 challenge dice. But they are going to try and hit you with the particle weapon, and they are aiming.
Of course they are.
Re-rolling that 0. That's a hit.
So I get 2 challenge dice. Okay.
You do.
Yeah. Jeez, it's not gonna matter.
That is 6. So 4.
Yep, that's it. That's it. She's done.
So okay, you hit 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that is a lethal injury on you.
Yep.
You're not
Yeah.
dead. All right.
Yet.
And the other 3 look at you, kind of like, don't try anything.
Charge phaser to wide. Give you a threat for lethal, and I'm firing on them.
They're
Hoping to
not.
take
They're
out
kind
the-
of surrounding you. They're not they're kind of spread out. So you might hit a couple of them, but the others are not. Like,
Well,
some of them are behind you and stuff.
I'm vaporizing 2 of them at least then, hopefully.
So you're going lethal?
Yep.
Alright.
And none of that helps me shoot. Challenging value. We must think of the Federation as a whole. Being very squad level about this. It's like, nah, you're the reason we're getting captured and stuff, so. And spending it towards service doesn't always ask us what we expect. And
All right.
I am. I'm being messaged. I'll leave that for later. What was I thinking? Control security and spending enough to have 4 dice. Going to spend my 1 momentum as part of that cost.
So 4 threat.
Yeah. I have no focus unless cultural dynamics comes in. Cultural studies comes into it, but somehow I don't think that applies.
No, you need hand phasers.
Yeah.
Get 3 momentum. Roll your damage.
Momentum. Rerolling the fails for some reason.
All right, spend the momentum.
Retrospect should have taken a minor action and made it vicious too. Damn. Oh well.
You can
I
only do the charge once. You can only do the charge once.
Oh, that's right. So
So-
nothing to worry about.
And you vaporize. So that's 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 damage. 2 of them go down, and they're badly hurt.
Can I
Do
get an extra minor action and like go for cover?
You can spend momentum and go for cover. Yes.
1?
It's 1 momentum to do an extra minor.
Okay, cool. I thought it was 2 for some reason.
It's 2 to do a swift task.
Oh.
But you can do a minor to duck into cover, and you get two challenge dice for it. They're not happy, the other 2, and they are going to
Miss terribly. Because they're so sad.
That's what I thought, but no.
minor to aim.
Now I'm wishing I didn't
They
take my
hit.
shot. They'd be nicer about shooting us.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's 8, 5. That is an injury, and I believe you go.
I'm zeroed out.
So it was non-lethal. You got it. You zeroed out. So that's a lethal injury. You're still
Yeah.
alive, but you're at 0. And we're gonna cut to sick bay.
Who's on besides me? Is there anybody else to assist?
Ennis.
Ennis, would you like to help me here? He puts on the cortical stimulators.
I step back. Where's the commander at? She says. I'm gonna hit my comm badge. Or pull out the comm badge.
Is that control medicine, GM?
Yes, this is going to be a control medicine. Pos has 3 entries on her. Is that right? So yeah, it's going to be a difficulty 4. Actually, it'd be daring. Sorry, it'd be daring plus medicine, difficulty 4. The ship will reduce that to a 3. So there's your difficulty.
My ship, my problem as a value, and I'll take the momentum for cautious.
And this is actually Ansas's second activation. So I'll give him cautious medicine, although with an assist it doesn't really come in.
Yeah.
But
So, did you use a value?
Yes.
What was the?
My ship, my problem, or every life is special would probably apply here.
I would take every life is special. So that does use your determination, and then it was also a 1 momentum spend and then a threat spend as well to get that extra dice.
For the
you
assist,
succeed at it. The assist is daring plus medicine as well.
Triage as a focus.
It'd be more like emergency medicine.
I don't have that, so no focus. No joy.
Okay.
What was the ship?
The ship's it lowered the difficulty by 1 because it was a difficulty 4. That was the event.
So I saved her.
No, you succeeded at it. You're at 0 momentum, by the way.
My bad. Sorry.
That's fine.
You do manage to bring her back to life, but she is out for the remainder of the session.
It's almost like she got terribly injured and almost died.
Excellent work, Doctor.
Yes, thank you, Ennis. You've done a fine job. Azonin to the captain.
Haggard here. Go ahead.
Lieutenant Junior Grade Pass is stable but unconscious. She'll be off duty for a couple of days, but she should make it through.
What happened down there?
I would have called Bash by now.
Oh, well, I mean...
It's cool. Keep going, whatever. It's cool.
We were attacked by giant ants.
Understood. Sounds like you handled yourself well in a tough situation, Doctor. And then Dae's gonna ask to beam back down, correct?
Yes, for sure. Since
Okay.
he's not with, she's wondering what the hell just happened. So where are they? Are they in the ship? She'd ask the captain that. Where are they? Are they in the ship? If they're not in the ship, can I go back down?
Would I be tied to this for longer, or does he probably go back down for?
You could go back down if you want, but I mean, pretty sure Ennis can take care of it. I hope I'm saying that name right.
Wolfgang created the character, so I'm not sure. Ansas is how I've been saying it.
Ansas, yeah.
Yeah.
Ansas, okay. They are in critical condition, though. Still, but they'll.
Yep. Dae, grab a security team and report to transporter room A. Now I'm gonna switch channels. Haggard to von Wartburg. Come in, Commander.
You get nothing but static, and then with that, we're gonna go to scene 4. Back on the bridge, your science officer comes and tells you, Captain, our security net's picking up a rather large vessel entering the system.
Can you identify what type?
Unknown, sir. It's nothing that's in the database.
Ensign Mira, open hailing frequencies. This is Captain Ulysses Haggard of the Federation starship Argo to unknown vessel. Please identify yourself.
This is the Kulathian battleship. You are requested to leave orbit immediately and exit this system.
Kulathian ship. Negative. This is Federation territory. You're off your patch, my friend. And
Borders do not concern us at the moment. We are a hunt for fugitives. I suggest you leave the system and allow us to conduct our business here.
I kind of motioned to Mira to mute the comms. Tell Dai to belay the landing party. I need her up here in tactical. And then I put me back on. If you are tracking down fugitives, we will be happy to assist you. But you are in Federation space. You don't have any authority to undertake a police action without Federation authorization.
Roll me a command plus presence difficulty 3.
Nice.
Ooh. Command presence difficulty 3. Negotiation?
Yeah.
Okay, and I will give you a threat for a third die for bold. Here we go. Oh, damn.
What? Bold presence. Haggard.
Get 2 momentum.
Bold command. Mm-hmm.
And someone else comes like, my apologies, Captain. This is Commander Kieran Doe of the flagship of the Kuthian army. We are on hunt for fugitives. It is a very delicate matter that we must attend to. If you do not mind, we believe these fugitives are on a world here in this system.
Does the voice sound male or female, or can I tell?
It's male.
Mr. Doe, we are, of course, always willing to assist in matters of justice and law enforcement. However, this is Federation space. Perhaps you'd be willing to come aboard and talk with me about the situation face to face, and we'll see how we can help you.
We do not require your assistance in this matter, Captain.
And what was the name?
We
Is
have
the
all
Keltian?
Sorry, Kuthian. It's a Kulath battleship.
Okay, go ahead with what he was saying.
Kulathian. We do not require your assistance in this matter, Captain. We have capable men able to do this job.
I don't doubt the capabilities and competence of your personnel, sir. However, again, you do not have the authority to carry out law enforcement actions within Federation territory, which we are definitely in. Therefore, if you wish to apprehend these lawbreakers, you will need Federation assistance and authority in order to do so. under Federation Charter, Section 47, subparagraph 13A.
Send over relative data upon your government's borders, and then we will see about whether or not we will allow your assistance in such matters.
Stand by, sir. And I cut it.
I'll make haste to the bridge.
Right.
If I'm not going down the planet, then the captain needs me for something.
Yep. Kamalo, pull up that relevant sections of the Federation codes and send it to Insamira's station. Have her transmit it.
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant Dye, bring us to yellow alert. Let's keep ourselves in a...
Yellow alert, sir.
Well, let's keep ready, but not look too terribly threatening. We don't want to start a fight if we don't have to.
The commander was engaged with insectoid creatures, she says, when I was beamed off the planet, sir.
Understood. He's out of communication currently, but I need my tactical officer on the bridge facing that kind of battle wagon. The Kulathians claim that there's some sort of fugitives from their justice on the planet below. And I figure...
Pause, sir?
The doctor says she is stable, but was badly injured. She'll be all right, but she'll be a bit recovering. You did good.
She looks relieved. She pays close attention to what he was going to say.
No.
So, real quick though, Poss needs to make a fitness medicine difficulty 1.
And the poison got her 3 rounds later.
Yeah, right.
Like a D&D move right there. The D&D move, Frax.
Fitness medicine difficulty 1. Okay.
You passed your saving throw.
There we go.
Get a momentum.
Get rid of
She's fine for now.
Okay.
Just to move this along though, go ahead and just give me another fitness medicine difficulty 1.
Where is she?
Just to see where she ends up at. Or get another momentum. Okay. You can spend the momentum for Ansas to kind of figure out what was causing, because she was having respiratory difficulties. It might have took him some time, but all right.
We'll spend the momentum.
So well.
How much momentum? Sorry.
1.
Just 1.
1. Okay.
Oh, it's the science book.
So normally it's a cute 3, which means you have to do 3 fitness saves to overcome the toxin. If you fail, you go up each one, so you take 1 stress or 1 fatigue each time you fail. But you first do respiratory complications and then a headache. After that is you become paralyzed and unable to move. And if you don't make it on the next one, you're dead, because your lungs and heart just stop working from the being paralyzed.
So she needs to make another roll?
No, because she's a Tellarite, I reduced the acute to 2.
Okay.
So as long as she made 2 saves, she overcame the toxin.
Okay, cool. And Ansas will try and add information about this toxin to our database, our medical database. So maybe the doctor will want to make an antivenom or antitoxin, whatever.
Sorry.
With that, you set the database over to the Kulathian battleship, and they respond accordingly as like, very well, we'll send over pertinent data, and then with that, this is going to be
Continued.
Dun dun dun.
How you enjoying your cave there, or your cage there, Commander?
That's them. I can hear them. I can
Mine's
hear them
picking
now.
up.